updating Damian's Facebook status or twittering about his foul-smelling feet or whatever it is. But I came up with this character called Holden McPhillips. And Holden is a 78-year-old man who lives in Hollywood, who's a realtor, but he also has interest in the film business. And he started emailing, I set up a fake email account, and I started emailing Martin Wood. For like, it was like almost over 2 years I was doing this. I would email him, and I would always spell his name wrong, Martin Woods. Dear Martin Woods, I met you at Comic-Con, and I just say, I love your show, The Sanctuary, and I love Amanda Tappin. She's wonderful, and I have some film ideas that I would like to run by you. I'm a producer in Hollywood, and I think we could really work together really well. So I would inundate Martin with these emails, right? He'd just keep getting these emails, like about these ridiculous stories, like a movie about the next installment in the Rocky series called Ginkgo Balboa, which basically is set in the future, and Rocky's brain has been put into the body of a fighting robot set on Mars, and he has to do boxing, right? So I would pitch Martin these ideas, right, through this character named Holden McPhillips. And at first it was really funny because the way it worked is Martin would get these emails and be like, oh my God, you got to read this emails from this guy. Like, this guy is crazy. He keeps emailing me. And then he kind of stopped talking about it because I kept inundating him with these emails, right, to the point where I was like, hey Martin, have you heard from Holden at all lately? And he'd just be like, yeah, no. So then I realized I had to take it up a notch. So I called a florist in Vancouver, and I said, hi, I'd like to order some flowers for somebody. And she said, okay, great. And I said, well, here's the thing about this bouquet that I'd like you to put together. I want you to make it the ugliest arrangement of flowers. And I want you to make it as though a crazy person put this arrangement together. And there was a very long pause on the phone, and finally she went, why? And I said, well, I'm just, it's just a thing, and I want you to make it from Holden McPhillips, and I want you to, just send this bouquet of flowers. So by this point on the set in Sanctuary, everybody's in on it except for Martin. And I ordered the flowers. Next day, someone comes to the thing. Damian comes up to me I'm working on set. Damian comes up to me, he's like, oh dude, listen, the flowers are here. The flowers are here, you gotta come up. So I go upstairs, and the way Martin's office is set up is like, let's say the door is right here, right? His desk is here, right? So he's sitting at his desk, working on his computer, and the door is here, right? But these flowers are so hideous and so huge that I can't see him. The flowers are on his desk here, but I literally can't see him. He's totally covered by the flowers. So I go to walk into his office, right? I'm walking down the hall, I'm like, I'm just gonna go make fake conversation with him. I turn into his office, and I'm like, right? And I can't walk in because these, they're like pink fake flowers and green ones. It literally looked like someone threw up into a basket. That's what it looked like. So I go into Damian's office, and I'm like, I can't go in there. This is hilarious, right? And Damian's like, no, I'll do it. Let's both of us go in, but you don't have to say anything. Just don't start laughing. So we walk into Martin's office, and Martin is literally like this. He won't even look at us, right? The flowers are here. He's on his computer. Damian's like, hey, Marty, so what do you think of that rewrite? Martin's like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I think that new scene is going to be pretty good, don't you think? Martin's like, yeah, it's going to be good. Okay, cool. And then Damian goes to walk out of the office, and right before he leaves, he just turns and says, hey, who are those flowers from, man? There's this really, really nice flowers. And Martin goes, nobody knows. So at this point, I'm starting to get paranoid, right? Because I start feeling like he's actually become scared. He's actually become feeling like this person's a stalker. But Damian's like, I go into Damian's office, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta tell him, I'm feeling kind of bad. And Damian's like, are you kidding me? We have to keep going with this. This is crazy. We're going to Comic-Con. We have to keep going with this. So I was like, okay, fine. So I send him another email via Holden McPhillips. And I say, Mr. Wood, you know, Mr. Woods, I understand that you're going to Comic-Con. I'm going to Comic-Con as well. And as luck would have it, I understand that we're staying at the same hotel. So that's really good. So, you know what? Let's plan a time to meet and discuss these great projects, you know, I've got going on. So, Martin gets this email, and he calls the publicist of our show, Carol Appleby. And he says, Carol, hey, it's Martin. Listen, yeah, we're all going to Comic-Con, that's great. I'd like to check into the hotel under an alias, if that's okay. And she says, okay, why? Oh, no, you know, I just kind of feel like I just would rather, you know, can you just say, I'm going to check in under Martin Carruthers. So I'm like, okay. So then Carol calls me and she's like, oh my God, Martin is paranoid, he thinks this guy's crazy. And I'm like, guys, I gotta tell him, like, I'm totally freaking out here, this is crazy. You know, he's now worried for his own personal safety. And they're like, I look at Damian, it's like, he's worried, he worried for his personal safety. And Damian's like, yes, he is, it's brilliant. all right, let's keep it going. So, we get to Comic-Con. Martin literally is like this. We walk into the hotel, Martin's like, he's looking over his shoulder. You know, I check in, Robin Dunne, you know, Damian Kindler, okay, he gets his key. Amanda Tapping, she gets her key. Martin walks up to this, he's like, Martin Carruthers, thank you, gets his key. Looking over his shoulder, doesn't want to leave the room. Hey Marty, let's go have breakfast. No, I'm fine, I'm just going to hang out in the room, you know, until we have to go to the Comic-Con panel. So finally, I did this thing in the second season where they gave me a video camera, which I think I was saying yesterday, and you know, all sorts of obscene things happened with that video camera. But I had it at Comic-Con. I was shooting stuff at Comic-Con, and I think there's a DVD extra on the DVDs about me walking around Comic-Con. But anyway, I was filming a lot of stuff at Comic-Con. So finally, I said, okay, we have to bring this Holden McPhillips thing to a head, and we're waiting backstage just before we have to do our Comic-Con panel. And I get Damian to go over to Martin and say, hey Martin, you know, Holden McPhillips is outside the room. And Martin, literally, he goes white. He goes white like this thing. He's like, what? Who? He's out there? Oh no, I can't, because I have to go do the panel. And what does he look like? And Damian's like, look, he's a frail, old, 78-year-old man. I think if you just go out and talk to him, and just be nice to him, I think it'll be fine. So Martin is literally like this. He's like a little kid who's like about to throw up. He gets up out of his chair, he's like this. Okay, and he walks to the door, and I'm standing outside the door with the video camera, right? And Martin walks out, and he's literally white as a sheet. He walks out, and he's looking for this old man. And I was, by this point, I was so worried for Martin, like, I was so worried that he was worried about his own safety, that literally I was standing there with the camera. Martin walks out, and I was like, Marty, please, okay, it's me, okay, I did it, I'm Holden McPhillips, I'm sorry. And Martin he just literally stood there for like 10 seconds, just like this. Wait a second. Holden McPhillips is you? I'm like, yes, Martin, I'm so sorry, man. I was a joke. They made me keep going with it. I didn't want to. I'm sorry. It's just like, wow. So that's a fake person that you made up? Yeah, man, listen, I'm really, really sorry. I didn't want to hurt you. I didn't want you to lose any sleep, and I feel really bad about it. He said, Robin, this has been going on for 2 years! I said, I know. He's like, I mean, it's brilliant, I guess, but you're like a serial killer, man. That's crazy. Like, Jesus. I said, well, I don't know, Martin. He's like, you know what? You need to get a hobby. That's really weird. You need to, like, you know. So anyway, I'm really actually waiting for the day that I get paid back. But see, the problem is, not so much for me, but I don't think anyone is as evil-minded on the show as me. I mean, literally, it does take kind of a serial killer's mind to do a joke like that. But anyway, yeah.